Hi, I'm LaShawn, and I want to thank you for attending this presentation today. Today, we're going to present to you our wealth building system, which is a system that will show you how to make, on average, $10,000 per deal in 30 days or less. But before we get into all of that, let me tell you just a little bit about myself so you can know exactly who LaShawn is. Well, I'm the founder of Guidry Investments and the creator of the wealth building system. I'm also a former advertising executive, a very top level executive. And when I was a top level executive, I was responsible for building and expanding some of the most prominent brands that we use day to day in our households here in America. I was actually so successful in the advertising agency world that I was offered an opportunity, and I took the opportunity to branch out and open my own advertising and marketing company, which was also very successful. So I can tell you in a nutshell, I have more than 10 years as being a successful entrepreneur. So let me tell you about LaShawn as the real estate investor, and we'll continue on from there. So I started investing in tax deed sales with my own money. It was just a hobby of mine, and I had very long money and very strong money. But I soon realized that investing in real estate with your own money may not be the most effective way to invest in real estate, but I'll get into that a little bit later into this presentation. I was able to make a lot of money very fast with this little hobby of mine, but it began to dominate most of my free time because this was something I was doing just on the side and on the weekend. And remember, I was already running a very successful and profitable advertising and marketing business. So I found myself at a crossroad. I found myself where I had created a little baby hobby project on the side that was starting to grow and nourish and actually producing a bit more cash than my advertising and marketing business. So I had to come to the conclusion and realization that I had to do one or the other. So I made the executive decision to sell the marketing firm and focus full time on real estate investing. So let's talk about where we are today. My company, Guidry Investments. Today, we are a full service real estate investing company. And what that means is we buy property, we buy houses, we manage them, we resell them, we flip them, we even manage our own assets. So that means when we have a property that's for rent, we also screen our tenants and rent the properties out and do all of our own repairs because we have the staff in-house to do all those things for us. We're also wealth builders. Now, remember when I first began my career in real estate investing, I was using my own money. And I explained I found that that may not be the most effective way to invest with your own money in real estate. So, what happens when you invest in real estate with your own money, and why I say it may not be the most effective way to invest is because a couple things can happen to that money. One, the money will eventually run out. Two, the money can get maxed out, meaning it can be tied up in properties and you'll be waiting for those properties to turn around and resell before you can see your return come back from those assets. Or three, you can be completely wiped out, meaning you lost a deal or, something went wrong or very wrong. So, what I was able to do, because what I experienced was my money was becoming maxed out. All my money was tied up in transactions. So, I'm waiting for seller proceeds to come out before I could move on to the next deal. What happens is when your money is tied up, it puts you in a holding pattern. And when you're in this holding pattern, you're waiting for the money to come back from deals that are in escrow or, trying to be sold. When you're in a holding pattern, you can't do anything else. You can't get any of the deals done. So you're kind of like sitting and waiting. So this is why I say investing in real estate with your own money may not be the best way to invest. So, by being a very successful advertising executive and building these great brands and expanding these great brands, I also know how to launch a product and develop something from scratch. So, what I did was I figured out a way to create a very nice, wealthy client base. I was able to put together a client base of clients that were already investing in other commodities. So they're investing in things like, CDs, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, oil, internet, all different types of industrial and very many different categories. But what they were getting was a single digit return on their investments. And their investments were typically, taking 3 to 5 years to return on them. If they were lucky, they were getting some dividends, but usually they kind of will put their money in and kind of wait for it to come back. So what I did was I created a way and a platform or opportunity rather for these investors to make short-term investments to my company. Now, in exchange, what I did was offer them something bigger and better than what they were accustomed to. And this made them very jazzed and almost was on board immediately. So, where they were getting a single digit return, we offered them a double digit return. Where they were seeing returns coming back over several years, 3, 4 years, sometimes even longer, we gave them returns in 6 months to 12 months. So side by side, they could see that making short-term investments to my company was definitely, a more favorable opportunity for them, and it yielded much greater returns on a much shorter basis. So this in turn created wealth for our clients, and it opened up an opportunity for my company to really tap into a large pool of clients with very deep pockets. It also allowed us to become cash buyers with quick closes. So what that means is we can now close our deals with cash in 10 to 15 days. It also allows us to get multiple deals done on a monthly basis. So we can go from using my money and buying, one deal, two deal here, there, flip it real fast, generate cash flow, to buying multiple deals on a monthly basis. So it actually created a nice wealth opportunity for our clients, and it also created a nice wealth opportunity for my company. My company was able to get wealth because we have a lot more assets. They're being sold, they're being rented, they're cash flowing. We just have much more power and pull to get a lot more things done with. So it worked out very nicely. And like I said earlier, I have more than 10 years of being a successful entrepreneur. I know how to get things done. And lastly, what we've done to this date that we can add to our core competency is we've successfully developed and launched the wealth building system. And that's really what we're here to talk about. So I've kind of told you, a bit about me, who I am, and where I've came from, and how I got into real estate investing, and where my company, Guidry Investments, is today. So enough about me and my company. Let's talk about you and why you're here in the wealth building system. So you're asking and scratching your head and, get to it, LaShawn. What is this wealth building system? Well, it's a real estate investing and training system, and it's not to be confused with a mentoring program. Whereas in a mentoring program, you'll be mentored and coached and motivated. It's very task driven. You'll be involved with a lot of weekly training calls and group sessions and breakouts. That's not what we're offering here. And also with those mentoring programs, I've seen them cost anywhere from $25,000 to $40,000, $50,000, even $60,000. I've seen them up to $100,000 for their mastery program. Now, that's a huge investment. And then also, it's going to take a long period of time to complete these mentoring programs, anywhere from 1 to 3 to even 5 years if you're participating with the mentoring, the mastering program. So that's not what we're offering here. We're not offering a mentoring program. What we offer with the wealth building system is a real estate investing and training system. This is a system that we've created that will show you step by step, basically give you the blueprint, the secret sauce to get in the field and get deals done in 30 days and make on average $10,000 per deal. This is the secret sauce. This is what you're looking for. Now, our system is developed and designed so that anyone with any educational level can use our system. So it doesn't require you to have an advanced degree or, have a master's degree, a bachelor's, or any type of, education. Any educational level, you can use this system and make $10,000 on average per deal. It doesn't require you to have, long money in the bank. You don't have to have $100,000 in the bank. You don't have to have $25,000 in the bank. You don't have to have $1,000 in the bank. You just need to be able to get our system, follow it, and start making your money. Our system is also developed to make a 6-figure income for you in 1 year or less. Now, let me just kind of go over that again because I want to make sure I didn't blow through it too quickly or I've left somebody behind. Our system will generate $10,000 per deal on average. And if you take that $10,000 on average per deal, not per month, but per deal, and if you average that out over a 12-month period, that's $120,000 in a year. You will definitely be in the 6-figure income bracket. Now, if you can do, say, 2 deals per month over that same 12-month period, you will be in the $240,000 income range, which is definitely in the 6-figure income bracket. Our system is so good and so great, we can even show you how to make money on basically any property. Now, there's a lot of new investors and novice investors. There's even investors that may not have even gotten their first deal done yet, and even the general public. And they may only believe that the way you can get a deal done is by bringing cash to the table or getting a loan. But being successful and savvy investors, we know that there's more than one way to skin a cat, and there's more than 5, even 10 ways to get a deal done. We know how to get deals done with money and without money, and with credit and without credit. We're very successful at what we do. And when I say we can show you how to make money on basically any property, I say that because there's something called an unsellable property in the general manner of things. And what that means is an unsellable property is a property where, let's say, the owner of that property, not the bank, but the homeowner of that property has loans and mortgages on that property of, let's say, $200,000. Now, with the mortgage fallout and the slide of the economy and things like that, a lot of property has lost its value or has become devaluated. And when a property becomes devaluated, it makes that same property that's $200,000 now worth $150,000. So to a novice or the general public or a new investor, this is going to look like a deal that can't be sold. So it will be called an unsellable property because the bank would never accept $150,000 against a property they hold a mortgage for $200,000. So we know how to buy these unsellable properties and sell them for maximum profit. And our training can show you how to do exactly that. Now, one of the best things about this training system that we've created is it shows you how to use other people's money to generate a massive cash flow. Now, when I first began my investing career, I was using my own money. And I explained my money got maxed out in deals, and I had to figure out a way to get more money. So I started using other people's money, that really nice client base that I created. But our system will show you how to generate massive cash flow as well by using other people's money. So you've been invited to this presentation today, and you're also watching it because you've already explained to us or raised your hand or responded to some marketing. You've done something that made us invite you to this presentation today. So you're here because you either want to make $10,000 in 30 days, you want a six-figure income, you want to fire your boss, but ultimately you want to learn how to buy real estate with no money and no credit. Now, regardless to which, marketing headline or caption that got you to click or come get a free report or test drive one of our systems or, call in for some coaching, I don't know which one got you to this point, but what it all leads to is you want financial freedom. You want a financial freedom. And I explained to you where I've been, where I've come from, my advertising and, marketing career and building great brands. And I see all the marketing that goes out of this company that represents Guidry Investments and the Guidry Wealth Building System. And this ad or this headline for Want to Fire Your Boss, that's one of the headlines and captions that is the closest and dearest to me because I've been there where I had the boss that's dumb as pain or incompetent or just doesn't know what they're doing. So I won't bore you with wanting to fire your boss, but I will tell you I had to fire my boss before and I don't recommend it. And if you ever meet me or you ever get me on the phone, ask me to tell you the story about how I had to fire my boss. So I want to know what's motivating you. What's motivating you to get you to this point in the change cycle to make a change? It had to be something. So is it money? And the reason I ask you is it money? Because money is a very key motivating factor. It motivates me, so don't be ashamed if money is your motivating factor. But a lot of people need to make more money. A lot of people are tired of being overworked and underpaid. And a lot of people are just tired of living paycheck to paycheck. So when I say is money motivating you, it's not a bad thing. It's a very real thing. It was actually a motivating factor for me. Is it power? Do you need the power to be able to control your finances? Do you need the power to control your financial future? Do you need power to provide more for your family? Or do you need more power to work less and make more? But guess what? That power is a direct relation from that money. So you need that money to get that power. And again, money is not a bad motivating factor. Power is not a bad motivating factor. Or could your motivating factor be respect? I run into a lot of people and I hear from both men and from women, they're not feeling respected. They don't feel like they're doing enough. They feel unappreciated. They know they can do more. They want to do more, but they don't know how to. So they feel, unappreciated or they don't feel respected. So, I ask you, what's really motivating you. But once we find out what's motivating you, we need to know what's stopping you from making a change. You've already identified what the motivating factors are, but there's something that's stopping you from making a change. Now, I want to say a few things and I want to apologize before I say them because when I first heard them, it took me aback and I was, a little disturbed. I was a bit upset. But I want to apologize before I say these next few things because I definitely don't want to step on anyone's toes. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. But this for me was some tough love. And I want to talk to you about it right now, about what could be stopping you from making a change. You've got to stop listening to broke people. Now, when I say that, I apologized already, so please don't flip out on me. You've got to stop listening to broke people. And when I say that, what I mean is if they don't have the financial success you want, stop listening to them. You've got to stop listening to unsuccessful people. If they don't have the success you're looking for, stop listening to them. You've got to stop listening to naysayer people. If they can tell you why it can't be done, if they can tell you why you shouldn't do it, if they can tell you why it won't work, you've got to stop listening to them. These people will stop you from getting exactly what you want out of life. They will stop you from reaching your dreams. This is a very, very influential group of people. And it's more than a notion to get exactly what you want out of life and what you deserve. But there's always going to be someone in that group, like I just told you, of the broke, unsuccessful, or the naysayer. And these people are very close to you. You confide in them, you trust them, but ultimately they are just dream snatchers. They're not supportive. So what I want to ask you to do is stop listening to them. Don't let them stop you from reaching your dreams. Once I stopped listening to broke people, I've been on the high road to success and I have never looked back. I'm serious. The naysayers, the broke, the unsuccessful, they're still in the background trying to figure it out. They're still buzzing around with something to say, but they're in the background trying to figure it out. So very quickly, what I want to do is show you just a couple of real life deals. Now, these are the same type of deals that you will learn how to do using our proven system within 30 days or less, and you can make an average of $10,000. I mean, I've said that 100 times. I don't want to beat it into your head, but it's our way of life here. So let's go ahead and see this first transaction. This is a wholesale deal, and it takes place in LA, well, Los Angeles, California. Sorry for those that are not from Los Angeles. We say LA. This is a single family home. It's actually two single family homes on one lot. So this should not be confused with a multifamily home. If you look at this first property in the front, it's like this mauve-ish looking type building, and then next to it to the right off in that corner you can see that white building. So this is actually two separate properties on one lot. Anyway, we offer this seller $120,000. Now this property was valued at only $225,000, and we came in and offered him $120,000 cash. Now we put absolutely no money into this deal. We turned around and sold this deal to another investor. We sold him our contract for $25,000. This took about 25 days to do. So let me explain that again, because I think I kind of stumbled through that a little bit. I want to make sure you really got that and, it makes sense. This property is valued at $225,000, full market value. And we offered, or I personally offered, because I sat with the seller over lunch one day with our agent, and I offered him $120,000 in cash for this deal. And he and haw with me and go back and forth, but I just held my ground, and 120 was my final and best offer. So he accepted. Now, we turned around and sold that deal to another investor for a fee of $25,000. Now, if you're wondering why we sold this deal to another investor, why we didn't hold this deal and do something with it, it's because once we actually got into the property and saw what was going on with it, it really required a lot of rehab. And the property was about 30 or 40 years old, and it had never been upgraded. So the electrical was, the original electrical from when the first construction took place, the piping and things like that. So it was pretty run down internally, but structurally sound. So we already had other projects going on in the area and then also out of state. So we just felt that the best thing for us to do with this particular deal was to resell it to another investor buyer for a fee. And that fee was $25,000. We got this deal done in about 25 days. So I'll say it again. Our system will show you how to get deals done just like this and make, $10,000 on average in 30 days. Now, this next deal here is a tax deed sale. And even though this is what I started as a hobby doing, is tax deed sales, we still do tax deed sales here today at Guidry Investments. So as investors, very many different ways to get deals done and to buy properties. And tax deed sales is, always going to be near and dear to my heart. And we're always going to buy properties by tax deed sales, regardless. Now, this property is located in Las Vegas. It's a single-family home. It's 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. Now, this property was valued at $45,000. We were able to get this property for $25,000 at the auction. We had to put about $15,000 into this deal because we had to turn it around and make it look nice. Cosmetically sound and cosmetically appealing, in other words. So if you look at the picture above, which is the before picture, it looks, like what I will call an ugly duckling. So you will see me refer to properties as ugly ducklings a lot throughout our training courses. But this is what I'm referring to when I say an ugly duckling. Something that looks like this is a huge dead tree in the front yard, and this is a very nice block this property is on, but this is the worst looking house on that block. But regardless, we put the money into the property to get it up to make it look, cosmetically appealing, because we need to be able to cash flow this property. We need to be able to rent this property and ultimately turn around and sell it. And that's exactly what we did. We turned around and sold that property for $65,000. After we collected $32,000 in rent. So overall, this property yielded us about $70,000. So tax deed sales are definitely a great way to buy property very much below their market value. This property was valued at $45,000. We got it for $25,000, and at the end of the day, cleared $72,000 on it. This property right here is what you would call an online property purchase, and this property was also purchased sight unseen. When we say sight unseen, that means we purchased the property before we could even physically see it. Now, this is something that you would do as a very, seasoned and sophisticated and successful investor. We do have programs that show you how to buy a property, for pennies on the dollar and, online. But when I say very successful and seasoned, I'm speaking about buying a property unseen. Uh, the risk with buying a property unseen for a new investor or a novice investor or out of market investor is you don't know if you're buying a property or a vacant lot. So that's why I say this was an online property purchase, and I want to make it very clear that I don't want you just running out and just trying to buy anything you see online, sight unseen, because you need to make sure that there is an actual dwelling and a physical dwelling in halfway decent condition on that land before you go out and go buy something sight unseen. Okay, so but anyway, this property purchase was online, and it's actually in Cleveland, and we're located in Beverly Hills or Los Angeles, California. We're in Beverly Hills, but big picture is LA. But this is a multifamily property, and when I say multifamily, it means, the bottom here is a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom unit, or like an apartment rather, and then upstairs is another 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom. So this is a colonial type home located in Cleveland, and it's 2 families could live in. Anyway, this property was worth $34,000, and we were able to get it for $3,000. We put absolutely $0 into this property. Zero. We bought it online for $3,000. We do these type of deals all the time, and we turned around and just put it right back up on auction, for resale to the highest bidder. The highest bidder, the resale price came in at $25,000. We made $22,000 on this deal in about 40 days. So again, our system can show you how to make $10,000 on average per deal in about 30 days or less. So that was just a snapshot of what the wealth building system can show you and train you on how to do. So I want to ask you a few more questions, before we get done with this whole presentation. But are you really ready for financial freedom? Because once you reach financial freedom, you can have exactly what you want financially. And our system is designed to guide you each step of the way. We offer personal coaches that are one-on-one. So, like when we first began this presentation, I was saying, please don't confuse this with a mentoring program, because that's not what we offer. We don't offer the weekly group training calls or the training sessions and things like that. Everything we do here is one-to-one. So as soon as you pick up your wealth building system, you will be immediately assigned a personal coach. So you would never have to worry about calling in and waiting online for the next available coach to help you. It's not like calling tech support. Your personal coach is dedicated to you from day one, that will help you and guide you each step of the way through your training course and through your deals. So we can provide you everything you need. We can give you everything you want, but you have to stop listening to broke people. And I kind of came back to that because we've already discussed what's motivating you. We've already discussed, why you may not make the change or what's stopping you. But as we get into this, and we've shown you some typical deals, and we've shown you that we can, help you make the finances that you want. We'll show you how to make this massive income. But in the back of my head, and I want to just bring it back, front and center, you're going to have to stop listening to broke people. So as I say that and say it over and over and over again, stop listening to the wrong people and stop listening to broke people. Are you really ready to take your life to the next financial level? Are you ready to take your financial life to the next level? Well, how much money do you want to make this year? So I'm going to ask you once again, and please say it out loud. How much money do you want to make this year? Say it one more time. Okay, now write that number down. Now circle that number. And that's how much money do you want to make this year? Circle that number. How long will it take you on your current job to make that amount of money? How long will it take you on your current job? The job where they tell you when to work, how long you will work for them, how much they will pay you, and when you will stop working for them. How long will it take you to make that on that current job? Now I want to talk to you about our different courses. We have, a variety of courses that we can provide you with. We have the complete real estate investing course, the wholesale real estate investing course, negotiations, tax deeds, invested with no money, pennies on the dollar. We have more available. We even have singled out coaching and training if you need something like that as well. But I want to talk to you and just really just spend some time with you because, I'm going to be wrapping up very soon. But, you've come to this point in the change of life. You've come this far in the presentation, and we're to the point now where we want to show you and showcase our different products and training systems. But these systems will show you exactly how to make $10,000 in 30 days or less. Now, that's with the wholesale investing course. That's for the investing with pennies on the dollar course, and also real estate investing with no money and no credit. You can absolutely make $10,000 in 30 days or less with either of these three courses. Now, with the real estate investing with tax deed sales, it's going to take you to have some capital or some cash to get those deals done. But if you really want to learn how to make $10,000 or less, $10,000 or more in 30 days or less, then the three courses you should focus on right now are the wholesale real estate investing with no money, or real estate investing for pennies on the dollar. The complete real estate investing course gives you the whole kit and caboodle. So you will make $10,000 in 30 days or less and learn very many different ways, over 10 ways to buy and sell a property. But what I want to ask you now is, how much would that be worth to you? How much would it be worth to you to learn how to get a deal done with no money and no credit? How much would it be worth to you to learn how to get a wholesale real estate deal done, in 30 days and make $10,000? Or like we showed you in the Los Angeles case, make $25,000. How much would that be worth to you? I ask a lot of people those questions and I get all kind of random numbers. I even had a student tell me one time, I don't care how much it costs, it's in value, I'll pay you, just tell me how much to write the check for. But before you give me that price that you think this is worth to you, I'm going to show you our bonuses. So with any one of your orders, we'll give you this whole bonus package of 3. So your first bonus is going to be 500 private investors. These are the investors that we use on a day-to-day basis to get deals done at Guidry Investments. Now, this is a $5,000 value just to have 500 of those investors. The second bonus is additional coaching and training sessions. Now, with your course, you're going to receive your standard coaching and training, but we'll give you an additional coaching and training hours. And we call them training sessions here. Some people call them hours, but we call them coaching and training sessions to help you get over the hump if you need anything in addition to what's included with your training system. And the last bonus we're going to be giving you today is the real estate terms and definitions. Now, just imagine trying to get a deal done and you're not too sure exactly what all those words mean on the contract or what these words mean on the deeds or in, other legal documents as it relates to your real estate transactions. We'll give you the full and complete real estate terms and definitions with your order today. So you will get the private investors, the coaching and training sessions, and the real estate terms and definitions. This complete bonus package is worth over $5,000, but it's included today with your wealth building system. So, how much do you think that this wealth building system is worth to you? How much is it worth for you to learn how to get a deal done in 30 days or less and make $10,000 on average per deal? Is it worth $2,500? Is it worth $3,000? Is it worth $1,500? Is it worth $500? Is it worth $5,000? How much is it worth to you to learn how to make $10,000 on average in 30 days or less? Absolutely. $297. $297 is the promotion we have today. You can get one deal done in the next 30 days. It pays for this training course over and over and over again. An investment of less than $500. It's actually an investment of less than $300 to show you how to make $10,000 on average in 30 days or less. You could actually start your business, your real estate investing business, for less than $300 right now. So before I wrap up, I just want to show you again all of our presentation training courses that we're offering today. So we have 6 available on this promotion right now, and you can pick up any one of our courses for $297. And it also includes the complete bonus package. So you're going to get the private investors. So you will have the money to close your deals. You have the OPM. You have the money to get massive deals done. 3, 4, 5, however many deals you need to get done. And remember, it's private money. You're also going to get the additional coaching and training sessions if you need them. They're available to you because you're already going to get training and coaching sessions with your order. And the last thing you're going to get are the real estate terms and definitions. This complete package is worth over $6,000, and you can pick it up for $297, including all of the bonuses. So I really hope that you've enjoyed this presentation today. I thank you for spending some time with us, and I'm really hoping to see you very soon on the other side in the Wealth Building Circle with the Guidry Wealth Building System. So please order your system now at www.guidrywealthbuilding.com. You can also order on the phone toll free at 888-869-7210 extension 310. And again, that's toll free 888-869-7210 extension 310. So please order your system at www.guidrywealthbuilding.com. If you have any questions or want to speak to any of us personally or speak to me, please call us at the toll-free number 888-869-7210. You can also reach the coaching department. I didn't put it up here, but it's coaching@guidrywealthbuilding.com. So I thank you for your time, and if I went a little bit long, I do apologize, but I really wanted to just get this information out to you as quickly as possible and as clearly as possible. So again, if I went a bit long or if you have any additional questions, please feel free to ring us at toll-free 888-869-7210 or feel free to email us at coaching@guidrywealthbuilding.com. I thank you very much.